and good morning everyone. Hope you all are fit and fine. Today is your SST class and this is your SST reading book. Look at this. Okay. You can see World Watch. You can see the, okay, 4 is over here, World Watch, and just open the page number 50. This one. Okay, page number 50. Have you opened? Now, what we will do today, I am going to explain the new unit in the SST as our government. Now, page number 50. Have you opened it? Now, after this, the first question we have: how government is formed? Okay. Now, Pakistan became a free country on 14 August 1947, as you know. Okay. Now, Pakistan is a democracy. This means, what is the meaning of it? Democracy. Now, you can just open the page number 50 and just, okay. This means that people can vote for the government. They can decide who they want to rule the country. Are you getting now? If people want to help rule their country, they join a political party. Each party has its own ideas about how to rule the country. They choose their leader for their party. Each party tells people about its ideas. Then an election is held. In Pakistan, this happens every 5 years. At the election, everyone over the age of 18 can vote. This means that they can say who should rule the country. The people with the most votes are elected or chosen. They form the new government. Now, the first one I have just already just asking you how government is formed. So we know Pakistan is a democracy. Okay, this means that people can vote for the government. You know, people can vote for the government. They can decide who they want to rule the country. Okay, how is it possible? Just if people want to help rule their country, they join political party, any political party. Each party has its own idea, okay, about how to rule the country. They choose the leader of their party. Each party tells people about its idea. Okay, then an election is held. Okay, in Pakistan, elections happen every 5 years. Now, at the election, everyone over the age. What will be the age? Over the age of 18 can vote. This means that they can say who should rule the country. Are you getting how government is formed? Then the people with the most votes are elected. Who got the most votes, they are elected or chosen. They form the new government. Now, just turn the page number 51. Okay. Page number 51. Now, how is our government organized? Our government has 3 branches. The first one, each branch has its own special task to perform. The government. Now, the first one is executive. Now, in this, president, prime minister, cabinet ministers, legislature, parliament, then judiciary, law courts. Now, just first, what we will, how is our government organized? How is our government organized? Okay. Now, that one, the first one, we know about it. Each branch has its own special task to perform. Because we know about it, our government has 3 branches. How many branches? 3 branches. You can see these 3 branches. Each branch has its own special task to perform. For example, if I just draw it like government, first one is the executive. Now, so what in this heading? Now, the president is the head of government, and the president is the head of the state. You can see in the picture as well, page number 51. Okay, page number 51. The president is the head of the state. You have to know the president is the head of the state. The prime minister is the head of the. Okay, now then after this, okay, now this one. Okay, the prime minister is the head of the government. Usually, the leader of the party with the most votes becomes prime minister. Okay, now the president. We have to know the president is the head of the state. Now, the prime minister is the head of the government. Usually, the leader of the party with the most votes, means a person who got the lots of votes, becomes prime ministers. Become prime minister. The prime minister chooses other. You can see in this page number 51. Okay, the prime minister chooses other ministers to look after different departments in the government. There are ministers for health, education, transport, defense, environment, housing, and so on. Now, the prime minister chooses other ministers, means the prime minister who is the, usually the leader of the party with the most votes becomes prime minister. The prime minister chooses the prime minister chooses other minister to look after different departments, means different departments of the government, like there are ministers for health, transport, and health, education, and so on. So who choose the prime minister chooses other minister to look after these departments, to look after different departments. Now just come on the page number 51. The ministers help the prime minister decide all the important things the department has to do. For example, the government has to decide whether the hospitals or schools need to be built, and then it has to decide how the money collected in taxes should be spent. It has to decide how to make life comfortable for all Pakistanis. It builds roads, provide transport, houses, jobs, and above all, safety. The government makes a plan telling the people what it hopes to do and how it will do these things. Sometimes the government succeeds in carrying out the ideas in this plan, and sometimes it does not. Now, we know about it. The prime minister chooses other minister to look after the departments of the government. Now the ministers, now the minister has the prime minister. Okay, what decide all the important tasks, important things the government has to do. What? For example, government has to decide whether the hospitals and schools need to be built. So who just help prime minister? The minister help the prime minister decide all the important things. Okay. Now it has to decide how money collected in taxes should be spent. It means we have just given the taxes, so it should be collected in money collected in taxes should be spent. Now it has to decide how to make life comfortable for all Pakistanis. It means you can say it builds roads, provide transport, jobs, etc. Like this, all safety, above all safety, they are providing. Okay, now the government makes a plan telling the people what it hopes to do and how it will do these things. Okay, now turn the page number. Okay, now turn the page number 52. The legislature or parliament makes rule called laws for everyone in Pakistan to follow. Laws are just like the rules. You have at school, they are there to make sure everyone stays safe. Now after this we have the legislature. Okay. Now the legislature or parliament makes rules Why they are making rules? Makes rules called laws for everyone in Pakistan to follow. Laws are just like the rules you have at school as well. They have rules at school now. So why they are there? They are there to make sure everyone stays safe. Rules are making for everyone stays safe. Now the parliament is divided into two houses. You can read, see in the book. Parliament is divided into two houses, the National Assembly or lower house and the Senate or upper house. When a new law is made or an old one is changed, the member of the lower house discuss the law in great detail. They talk about the reason for and against, okay, the law, and then they vote on whether it should be passed or not. If they agree, it then goes to the upper house to be discussed again. And finally, if the upper house thinks it's a good law, it is passed on to president to prove it. Now, then after we have to know parliament divided into two houses. Which houses? The first one is national and National Assembly or lower house. The second one is the Senate or upper house. And when a new law, for example, when a new law made or an old one is changed, the member of lower house discuss the law in great detail. They talk about the reason for and against the law, and then they vote on whether it should be passed or not. If they agree, it then goes to the upper house to be discussed again. If the upper house thinks it is the good law, so it passed on the president to approve it. Are you getting what's going on? The parliament has two is divided into two houses, and what's the National Assembly or the Senate or upper house, what they will do when a new law is made. So they just passed on it. When first they will discuss it and then discuss in detail. Then they talk about the reasons for and against. Now come on, the police. The police. Okay. Now, the police force sees that the laws are obeyed or not. Sometimes people break the laws. They steal things, they damage other people's property, they hurt. So when someone breaks the rule, so it is called an offense, so or a crime. So the police try to find out who committed the crime. You can see in this paragraph. Okay, the police force sees that the laws are obeyed. Sometimes people break the laws. They steal things, they damage other people's property, or they hurt people. When someone breaks the law, it is called an offense or a crime. The police try to find out who committed the crime. The police arrest the person or people they believe responsible for the crime. Like this, the police are just force sees that the laws are obeyed or not. Okay, now then we have a judiciary. The judiciary is our law courts. A court of law decides if people have committed crimes or not. In Pakistan, there are three different kinds of court. Now, I am just writing what is the judiciary. After police, after police, the judiciary. Now, the judiciary is a law court. A court of law decide if people have committed crimes or not. Now, in Pakistan, there are how many different courts? In Pakistan, there are three different courts. How many? Three different courts. The first one is session courts, are found in each district in a province, and they deal with local matters. Okay. The second one is a high court, is located in the capital of each province and often deal with more serious matters. The Supreme Court is in Islamabad and is the highest court in the country. Now come on, the lawyers. Then after judiciary we have a lawyers. We have to know how many different in Pakistan there are three different kinds of court. Now, lawyers. Okay. Now, lawyers are people who try to find out what happened and which laws were broken. So then we have the witnesses as well. If sometimes there are people who saw a crime, okay, take place, these people are called witnesses. For example, if someone is stealing something and you are standing on that place, so you are the witness of that thing. Is someone if the crime is just happened because of that person, because he is stealing the things like this, so that the person who are standing, sometimes there are people who saw a crime, the person who is just doing the crime and stealing the things of a people, of a person take place. These people are called witnesses. These witnesses tell the court what they saw. Now that witness, that person who was just watching what's going on, what the thing, the criminal was just stealing, so he was just telling to who what they saw. The witnesses tell the court what they saw. Now you can see in this page number, the third one after this, judges and magistrate. If the court decide that the person sent to court has carried out a crime, they decide what the punishment will be. The person who makes this decision is a judge or magistrate. The punishment might be to pay a fine or to go to a prison. Now, after the lawyers and witnesses, judges and magistrates. Okay. Now, okay, if the court decide that the person sent to court has carried out a crime, means we have just identified if they carried out a crime, they decide what the punishment will be. Okay. Now, the person who makes this decision is a judge. Who is that person? Is a judge or magistrate. The punishment might be a party, might be to pay fine or to go to a prison. If someone has just do any type of crime, so what happened with it? If the court decide that the person sent to a court has carried out a crime, they decide what the punishment will be. Like this. So what the punishment? The punishment might be to pay a fine or to go to a prison. Now, just turn the page number 54. This one. Now, government is our provinces. Now, after these headings, we have then we have government in our provinces. Government in our provinces. Okay. Government in our provinces. Okay. The head of the government in each province is called chief minister. Okay. The chief minister chooses other ministers to help run the province. Okay. Now they have each town in the province also has a smaller department to look after the running of the town. Now, for example, if you have a example of the two children or two students, you can see in the book. For example, the page number 54, the example you will easily get into what's going on. Page number 54, the school election or story. For example, I am just telling the story of two students. That name is Aisha and another name, any name you can just give, Samia, any name. Okay. Aisha school is having an election. So, okay, to choose a president of the school council. Now, Aisha had decided to stand for president because she wants to improve the school playground. Now she wants the school to be a better place. Okay, so now come on the another one student, because we are just have two students and we are just choose one, if which one will be the president. So the second one is Sunny, is also standing for president. Now he thinks if he becomes now Aisha was just telling the own idea, and now Sami, you can assume it the name, any name you can assume it the any student. So okay, is also standing for president. He thinks if he becomes president, okay, he will get more friends. Now he has been giving out sweets to everyone, so will vote for him. Now, Aisha, for example, has made some posters telling everyone her plan for the schools. Now, how she will improve the school when she will be a president. Now, first one, then after the day arrives, so just two students has just come over here, have to give speech saying why they should become prime minister, why they should become president. If for example, if I am choosing in your class any student, means Aisha and Sunny, any student, two students, so I am just calling them, they just say, if you want to become president, so just come over here and give the speech. Now, so one by one student, then for example, Aisha come over here and start giving the speech. Yeah, I want to make our school a nicer place. Now, my plan is to, like, everyone just telling their plans, what they will do when they will be a president. Now, then after just come on, she was just saying, if you vote for me, I will do my best to make our school a good place for to be. Now, come on the another one, the boy. For example, I have just given the name Sami. Now, I think you should vote for me because I am good at sport. You can just say, okay, just making the speech, okay, the people will admire, then they will just start giving the vote to him. So, I think you need a strong person to be president. I also think you shouldn't vote for a girl as president. Now, he is just telling his own idea, and he is just giving her his own speech. Now everybody has just wind up their speech. Now everyone claps again, and both just sits down. Okay, Aisha's teachers then say, you have heard the speeches, and now it's your turn. Now everyone has listened the speech of both students. For example, you can assume that your two students of your class standing over here, and they're just standing for the president. They both are standing, and they all both are having just wind up their speeches. Now I am the teacher, I am saying this is your turn to give the vote. Put a tick next to the name of the person you think would be the best in our school president. Think carefully about your decision. As the voting system, you can say, there's a one by one will come. You can see in this picture as well. One by one student is coming, and there is a box of vote, and they all are just put the vote, you can say, in this box one by one, k who will be, and you will just think about it, which one will be gets more vote. It will be he will be or she will be a president. Are you getting what's going on? Is there any confusion related to this topic or government? So you can ask through WhatsApp. Now come on it, you can read the key facts as well. Okay, page number 56. Okay, key facts. Pakistan is a democracy. The government is divided into these parts. Everyone over the age of 18 can vote. The president is the head of the state. The prime minister is the head of the government. Each province has its own local government laws and rules. Laws are rules we all have to follow. If people break the law, they can be arrested and taken to court. The court decides what punishment people get when they break the law. The president, you can see in the picture, the president house in Islamabad. Okay, now we have the remaining one. Wait for a while. You can see in the picture as well the Supreme Court in, also you can see the picture of the Supreme Court in Islamabad. Okay, now just after this we have the Senate in session. You can see the pictures as well. Now you have to know. Okay, the first Prime Minister of Pakistan was Liaquat Ali Khan, and the Prime Minister house in Islamabad. You can see the picture. Now we have another work, skill book of this. Okay, Now after the reading book, this is your, you can see that this is your skill book, World Watch. This is your skill book 4. Okay, that one was your reading book, but this is your skill book, SST skill book. Okay, I'm just showing you, is there any confusion between these books, so you, it will be clear for you. This is your, again I am repeating, this is your skills book. That one book was your reading book. Okay, now open the page number, 27. Okay, page number 27. You have to do this. So how will you do this? Someone whose job is to listen to cases in a law court and decide what should be done. So you will know, okay, who someone whose job to listen to cases in law. So the judge. What do you think? The judge will be over here. So you will fill these puzzle like this. You will just read this one. Voting for people to be in the government. So you will just do one, you will write over here how to people to be in the government, voting for election, you will write over here like this. Now the remaining parts you will also solve like this. Now turn the page number, this one, page number 28. Okay, now the page number 28. Now this one, the question we are just reading. We have to follow rules on the road. Do you know these road signs? Match these signs to their meanings. Now we have a road signs over here. We will match their meanings. Now for example, we have a stop, sign of the stop. We will match with the stop. Then you have this sign. So you will just match the signs according to their meanings. Now come on the question number 2. Invent some signs for your school. Make up sign to mean these things. No ball, games allowed. Like this one, you will just make the no ball, games allowed. Reading zone, you will make any book type. Okay, now just turn the page number 29. The question we have, what I will learn, I will give my opinion about the punishment that should be given to people who break the law. You are going to be a judge for a day. You have to decide what punishment you will give for each of these crimes. For example, you can look at the picture as well, and the crime is stealing a handbag from a lady. You can see in the picture. So my punishment, what do you think, what will be the punishment you will give to that person? So if for example, if I'm saying I will beat him, like you can, and why I think this is the right punishment, if you are giving any punishment to that person, so why you are thinking, okay, this punishment is right for this person, okay, he will not do it again, he will not steal the handbag, yeah, any type of crime he will do. Now come on this one. This crime we have dumping rubbish in river. What will be the punishment? You will just think about it and you will write by your own self. This is your sample. Don't just copy it. Write the punishment by yourself. Okay. Now why I think this is the right punishment? Now every picture has the punishment. Every picture just saying every picture just saying the crime. So you will write the punishment and why I think this is the right punishment for this crime. Now you have the last one. Crime is driving too fast, and what will be the punishment you will give? Okay, and why you think this is the right punishment for this person? Okay, now these all the pages you will do it in your skill book. This is your skill book work. And is there any confusion in the related to this unit of government? So you can ask through WhatsApp. And thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.